Greetings from Lafayette, Louisiana, home of the Lafayette Regional Champion, Arizona Wildcats. And this is head coach Jay Johnson. Congratulations, coach. I would make the argument that there is nothing more difficult in college sports than winning a baseball or softball regional on the road, having to beat the home team on their home field. A great accomplishment for your guys.
Yeah, I'm very proud of them. I think the world, if you will, got to see what we as coaches have seen all along in terms of their character, their toughness, their ability to stay in the moment. All those things were on display yesterday at its finest level, and I'm very proud of them.
You had to win 2 games yesterday against the home team. Your guys arrived at the ballpark very loose. As you mentioned, the chemistry, you could kind of see it in their eyes that they knew they had a daunting task, but and yet they were willing to accept it. Did you have a good feeling? Did you have a positive feeling going into the day?
Great feeling. I feel like confident players play well, relaxed and focused players play well, and that's our team. That's kind of been our heartbeat, if you will, all year long. And I think if you look at it, when you drop into the loser's bracket of we have to win 3 games in a row, it'll eat you up. I think their ability to stick with it a pitch at a time, an inning at a time, allowed them to embrace the competition and allowed us to play at our best.
A tip of the hat to you and your coaching staff, because throughout the weekend it just appeared that you had scouted your opponents exceptionally well, knew their tendencies both offensively and defensively, and did things play out kind of the way you saw it on paper?
They did, and I have to give our staff a lot of credit. Coach Lon's job of calling pitches yesterday was as good as it could possibly be. The positioning, Coach Wanaka in the outfield, Coach Brown in the infield, I mean, we were where they hit it a lot. And that wasn't necessarily the case on Sunday, but the willingness to stick with it, go back, look at what we needed to do. I mean, those guys are a Hall of Fame staff and a big reason we are where we are right now.
You had a number of players on the all-tournament team, led by the tournament most valuable player, Bannister, and that was probably the easiest pick of all. I mean, that had to be one of the great performances that you could ever ask for from a player, in particular a pitcher.
What he did in terms of the execution of his pitches over those 2 games was really unbelievable. He carved through 2 conference championship teams, did it with great poise. We removed him from the game Friday with the possibility of him having to pitch Monday, and he embraced it. And I tell you what, when that last out was made, he was the first person I grabbed, and just out of gratitude. And then I probably wanted him to be the last of the dog pile so he didn't get hurt. But what a performance by Nathan.
All right, move on to Starkville now to take on Mississippi State. Best of 3-game series starting on Friday night. It's an SEC school. They're one of the top 8 seeds, etc. You know the program. It's one of those national programs like Arizona. Just your general thoughts going into the weekend.
I can't think of any better scenario in terms of where we want to be at this time of year and the opportunity for our guys. I mean, 13, 14, 15,000 fans, it's what you play for. It's what a lot of these guys came to Arizona for. They know it. With that being said, we're going to stick to what we do, is have a great week of training. We've adjusted our schedule a little bit based on the game times. We're going to get out of here today to give them a day of rest as the NCAA mandated day off, and then we're going to have 2 days of really preparing well and training well and do the best we can to stay in a routine that keeps it normal and detached from all the external stuff.
It kind of had the appearance that everybody wanted to pitch. That they could hardly wait to get out there.
Right. I mean, Kevin came up huge for us, closing out that first game. We don't play a second game without winning that first one, so he came in, got a ground ball double play. That was huge. And then the ability to come back and at 7 o'clock and start and give us, 6 innings. And then Cameron, what can you say about him? That was awesome, filling it up, throwing low strikes, and just shutting him down. Playing in that atmosphere last year, we really didn't get the full crowd that we expect this weekend. But I know some of our older players know the surroundings, know what to expect when going to Starkville, know the field, so I think it's going to be a fun weekend.
You look at the last few weeks, you've been to Eugene, Oregon, you've been to Honolulu, Hawaii, and Lafayette, and now so on. Is this team, I don't want to say used to playing on the road, or they put the blinders on, but is there something about, because the travel schedule has been so heavy lately, that you don't think about the idea of being on foreign ground?
Right. I think I started early on in the season. We went to Houston and San Diego back to back, and so we're kind of used to traveling, and it's pretty much at the point where we just send us wherever we're going to go play baseball and try to play our best and play who we are.
All right. Nathan Bannister, he was the most valuable player of the Lafayette Regional. He'll be in action coming up this weekend. The Wildcats and Mississippi State in Starkville starting Friday night.